hold on. The music's supposed to start. Come on, what's happening? Wacky Morning DJ, don't do this to me. Come on. Oh, did I did I route the sound incorrectly? Hold on. We can fix this. We can fix this. All right, let me just start over. I'm just gonna start over.
Welcome.
To the joy of coding.
Hello, and welcome to episode 105 of The Joy of Coding. My name's Mike Conley. Gonna be doing some stuff with Firefox today. Gonna be hacking on some stuff. I'm actually I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants as per usual, but even more so because I was struggling for the past couple of minutes to see if I could get this stream up on YouTube. I don't know. Should I rant? No, I won't rant. But basically, I've been given a warning on YouTube, so I can't stream there right now. I'll hopefully be able to post this recording once it's done to YouTube, and hopefully they won't ding that. But I can't stream right now, and that's kind of a pain. So sorry about that. Anyhow, here's my screen. That's what Wacky Morning DJ looks like. This is the magic. This is what you don't get to see, really, but see, like, this is how it works.
Mamma mia!
Except I've got it running on my tablet here. And that's how I kick off all my sounds. But for I loaded it up in a browser tab because I thought maybe my tablet was having some difficulties. But turns out it was just routing sound problems. Okay, what are we doing today? Today is July 12th. Sorry, I need to remember what day it is. July 12th, 2017. And a quick reminder, no plan, if there's any lesson to be taken here, no plan survives breakfast. I'm making this up as I go. I'm not. None of this is super planned, even though there is an agenda here. But I'll do my best to stick to it. But things might go wrong, and that's okay. So this is just me doing what I would normally be doing in front of you, and sometimes things go wrong, and that's all right. So this agenda that we're looking at, which is where I like stash links and notes, and I'll keep track of what I'm working on in here for sort of historical reasons, but also so you can follow along if you're watching the recording. This is available to you if you are watching this on Air Mozilla. Scroll down to the additional links section. There's a link to the agenda and a link to rate the episode there. Please do rate the episode. I do read each one of those ratings, and they're very important. If you're watching this on Facebook, it's in a pinned comment, the links to both. If you're watching this on Twitch, I'm about to drop the link into the Twitch chat. Hold up. Here it is. Bam. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then you're watching the recording because I'm not streaming to YouTube right now. And you can just look in the video description. While you're at it, maybe tell YouTube to get their act together. Because holy smokes, they're giving me a hard time. All right, so what are we working on today? The first thing I want to look at is related to what we're doing on Nightly specifically what we call the photon theme on OS X. So I don't know if you've noticed, but Nightly has started to look a little bit different. The tabs are closer to the top of the window. The icons are starting to look a little different. This menu is a little different. The dark tab strip is a little bit different. And the dark tab strip is where I want to draw your attention right now. This is actually not what the spec is describing to us, this dark tab strip. This is kind of a workaround because what we actually want, and I think I had mentioned this last week. Maybe we were talking about this last week. Were we talking about this last week? We were talking about this last week. So this is the same problem we were talking about last week where on OS X, for some reason, vibrancy is just a little bit slower on some benchmarks. And what vibrancy is, just to sort of refresh your memory, there's this effect I'll put on Mosmac vibrancy dark, and then I get rid of the background color. And notice how like the background is influenced. Like the tabs toolbar is now semi-transparent. It's pretty subtle, but it's affected by what's behind it. So one way I can demonstrate is with this like really excellent picture that's happening in the background of the here. Let me close the there. Um, so we've got this like animated image on Mozilla.org, and that will help sort of illustrate. If I put this behind, put this in front, now notice that as this animates, this toolbar color, the background is actually changing just a little bit. It's quite subtle, but just trust me, that's semi-transparent, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And for some reason, it's a little bit slower whenever or Talos, our testing infrastructure, our testing framework, which I think we've been talking about for a couple weeks, is reporting that it's a little bit slower whenever we have this vibrancy business going on. And what's the deal with that? Well, one thing I noticed this morning, because I was trying to sort of solve this mystery, was we're running our Talos tests on a let me actually pull up Tree Herder so you can take a look. This is Tree Herder. This is where like our automation and tests and stuff run, and these are my try builds that we're looking at right now. And I do vibrancy. Where did I get it? Vibrancy was right here. And here are some Talos test runs, and notice that we're running them on Yosemite. And my MacBook here is running Yosemite, if I remember correctly, is 1010. This is, or which one's? I'm on Yosemite. Holy smokes. That's interesting. Now I'm confused. Now I am confused because I was on my Mac Mini at home, which I think also runs Yosemite, and I noticed that the vibrancy effect wasn't working properly. And I wonder, and I thought, well, maybe that's why the test is failing, is because vibrancy isn't available on Yosemite. But that's clearly not the case because I forgot my laptop here, we just discovered, is running Yosemite. So that's definitely not the issue. So what's the deal? So is vibrancy available on Yosemite? It sure is. My MacBook Pro runs Yosemite. So that's a little embarrassing. So I'm going to have to go back to my Mac Mini to see if I can figure out why it wasn't showing the vibrancy. Because that Mac Mini is very close to the Talos testing hardware. It's very similar. And if I can get it to run the test, I might be able to even profile it and get some data on why things are slowing down. Although we have a theory, like there's a working theory that it's OS X itself, because OS X is doing the compositing and the effect whenever we have that vibrancy thing, and that's not something that we have a whole lot of control over. But if I can prove it, that might put the performance issue or the concern to rest. It will at least support the hypothesis that there's nothing really we can do except either choose to use vibrancy or not, and eat the regression and get the effect, or be a little bit faster at compositing and don't do the effect. And that's, I guess, a question for product once we prove that case. So let's move on to a different problem. This is something that I thought was kind of interesting. I really like the vibrancy effect though. Like, look how it's like coloring my background. That's really neat. That's like really cool. Looks like I got this like nice blue background over here. I like it. So one of the things that's being worked on by another team at Mozilla is called Activity Stream. It's a replacement for the new tab page, and one of the things that they're trying to do is turn it on nightly. And they found that when they try and do that, once again, Talos is bugging us. Talos crashes. Talos causes us to crash, or we're crashing during Talos tests. And here I'll show you one of those crashes. Whoops, didn't mean to open two. Process crash is what it's complaining about. And if we look in the log, here's the crash. And the crash is being caused by, I believe, the parent intentionally crashing the child. Um, Mini dump. Whenever we're doing something. Here's the other problem is that a lot of times these stacks are not the same for each crash. They seem to kind of be um, you know, they're 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 all over the place, which makes me think that the parent is intentionally killing the child and um, taking a mini dumps, except that the crashing in the parent process, like the parent also takes a crash dump of itself, and I can't see why. It's like on a runnable, we're taking a mini dump on the crash reporter. So I don't know why it's crashing, and the crash stacks themselves are not very useful. So one thing that we've done is we've requested a loaner machine. A loaner machine is something that is basically uh, we check out we take out one of the machines from the Talos pool and we prepare it for a developer such as myself to hack around on it. And so now I've been given one, and now I'm going to sign into it. Maybe we can reproduce the issue there. Now I've not done this in a while, and I've not signed into this machine before. There might be some setup to do, but we'll do it together. Um, so let me just pull up the documentation. I've got a window over here talking about the steps I need to do because there are credentials in here and I don't want you to see them. But accessing your loaner. I need to be in VPN. I'm on the VPN. So I should be able to SSH in to this machine. Okay. Let me try and do that. So I'm going to try and SSH as this user. That address. No. Can I even reach that machine? No. Is it because I need to access the IP? Yes, there's the IP. So I can probably then do that. Yes. Now the password, which I will not let you see. It's quite long and complicated. Hold on. Okay. Now I'm signed into the machine. The Talos machine. I don't even really know what what do I have here? I think I've just got the machine. I don't know if I have access to much else. How to run tests. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So let me combine my two windows here. What happened there? Oh, here it is. Wait, no, that's wrong. What just happened there? That was I think a bug. Interesting. I think I just found a bug. Browser, selected browser, has attribute. What's here? Nothing. Interesting. I'll have to report that one later. So how can I get this to you? I'm gonna just copy the link and we're gonna open a new tab. This is where we're gonna go. Okay. So, how do we do this? Does it say anything about Talos? Running Monsters with the local version of Talos on Linux. So let's use your own obster. On a loaner machine, don't use that. Use no read build block config instead. If the job is a Talos job, append installer URL. So check out Moz harness. Where is Moz harness? It's here. Nothing. Check out. Moz harness is now in the gecko under the test directory. So if you now already have a checkout, oh. Okay, so I have to like create a token. So that I can't show you doing that. I cannot show you creating a token. This is all very confusing. Scripts. What's in here? Tool, get shared, Mercurial serves, HG shared. What's in there? See build. Moz harness. Is that? No. See tools. No. Alright. I'm gonna have to clone this stuff. So, do I have Mercurial? I do! HG clone. We're gonna clone Mozilla Central. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Yeah, it's getting a clone bundle. That's good. And now I have to create this token thing, which I can't show you me doing, so I'll do it over here. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna log in. All these auth steps, lots of security. Create token, issue token with tool download. Okay. Okay, so now I have the token, and now I have to get it into this machine and not let you see it. So hold on a second. I know this is a little boring. Just bear with me. I hopefully won't be doing this for very much longer. This clone will hopefully be done. I'll switch over to like something else while we're waiting. But give me a quick sec. I don't want you to see me putting in this token. A lot of passwords. Lots of security here. Where do you want it? Okay, done. Wait, I didn't have write access. Ugh. I also don't have, yeah, I need to get write access. Hold on. Okay. Done. Done, done. This clone's going on. I've got the token now being used by the machine. And now I'm gonna have to do this stuff once this clone's done. So this might take a little while. I'm just gonna let it do its job in the background, and we'll move on to something else. So what else can we work on? Talos Crasher, we're currently blocked on getting loaner set up to run Talos. So the other thing I've been working on is this bug, page loader, ensure all page loaders can run and get profiles. So that's this bug. Let me just put that in the notes. Whoopsie daisy. Highlight. And I have some notes for you here. So this is something I've been doing for a couple of days now. This is like kind of grunt work. I'm just basically going through a bunch of tests and making sure that they use a new feature, a new module that we wrote to collect profiles more reliably. And I've already done all of these. And now I was just in the middle of doing A11YR, and then I got interrupted, I think. And now we can continue. So let me see where I am at. I think if I do HGDiff, here, let me pump up the font so you can see. That's video playback. Do I have something on my shelf? Hang on, you can't see what I'm typing. Hold on. HG shelf list. I think I probably have something here. HG shelf, what was that? That was A11Y. Yeah, okay, so unshelve my change. I'll keep an eye on our cloning business. Still going. 7 minutes though, that's not so bad. Soon Mercurial I think will allow us to do partial checkouts, which will be nice. Because I think I only need like one directory. Alright, it's done. So, the question I wanted to answer with this patch that I had written earlier today was, does it actually allow us to do the... Oh, and I want to undo this change. That was part of my experimenting with vibrancy. But for the rest of it, it's does it allow me to collect profiles whenever I'm doing the A11Y tests for Talos. So let's try it. Talos test A11Y, gecko profile, symbols path, and pass it my path for my symbols. I should also actually make sure that I'm building with default. Okay, good. Bin. What? No symbols. Do I not have symbols? Mock, build symbols. I think I need symbols. Well, I don't need to necessarily do it with symbols. I can do it without symbols for now. I'll just see if it spits out profiles. Well, no, I need the symbols. So sorry, this is going to take a second. I need to build symbols. 3 minutes until this thing's done. Anything I can do in the meantime? While I'm packing symbols, while that's building, let's take a look at my dashboard, see if I can do any reviews. Got some neat infos that I really need to get to, but there are a couple of reviews here I could maybe look at. Let's look at this one. Some open preference calls should be called after a preference version check. All open preferences call Should we call after a preference version check? Because currently we have two versions of preferences. We should switch the two preferences. And then, so we don't use the new tab search provider module anymore. Can we remove this file? I don't think I fully understand. Let's just take a quick look here. Oh, I see. So there are certain, depending on which state we're in. Old organization. New tab search provider. Otherwise, it's pane general. That makes sense. Makes me wonder, actually, what we do on beta. dxr.mozilla.org. Oh, symbol building's done. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me just finish my thought here. Mozilla beta. What was it? It was in NS Browser Glue. Privacy. Uh, so this looks fine to me, but I need to maybe understand what it was before. Preferences privacy, and then we're saying otherwise open content. I think I understand. Because in the old organization, wait a second. Are you sure? Are you sure, man? If you use old organization, go to content. About notifications. Is that? Yeah, okay, yeah, notifications. That is correct. Okay, that makes sense. If we're using the old organization. And for search, you go to search pane. Makes sense. Here we're going to do content for, what is this? What is this thing? For DRM stuff, when saying I want to control my DRM business, on main action, it's under content and then media. Yeah, play DRM content, got it. Okay, that looks right. This looks right. Thanks for catching this. Does this require uplift? I suspect we'll want to uplift this to beta, correct? If so, please go ahead and request the flags. Request the uplift flags. then he had another question in here. Looks like we don't use new tab search provider anymore. Can we remove this file? Good question. Redirecting to some folks from activity stream who might know more. Redirecting this question. I'm going to ask Kate Hudson. Okay, so that's done. Got our symbols, and this clone's done. Everything kind of finished around the same time. Yeah. All right, so let's go back to the first thing, which was trying to get this test to run on our loaner machine. So we've cloned Mozilla Central. I've created my token. And now I have to find the command that's running this test in here. And it'll run as scripts. So this is the command. Okay. This is the command. If you have a loan machine, do not use this config. This config is on your local machine. And instead, use no read buildbot config. So no config. No read buildbot config. Append installer URL. Installer URL. I'm actually gonna go into the directory that it wanted me to, the Moz harness directory testing, because this is where it wants me to be, I think, running scripts. Moz harness scripts. Yeah, okay. Python. All right, here, that thing, Python, and then installer URL will be the installer for the build that was made here. Installer. Here it is. Installer URL. And I also have to do display 0, I think. No such file directory. List scripts. Oh, okay. So not scripts, it's just scripts. Okay, so something's happening. And it's fetching some stuff. And now I'm going to VNC into this machine. That's the other thing that I was told how to do. So let me just put in the credentials. All right. Continue. And the password. All right. Now I am VNC'd into this Ubuntu machine. And so hopefully, wait a second, which display did I use? Did I use display 1? should have used display 0. Let me cancel out of this. Oh, I did use display 0. Shoot! Ah! Okay, well, gonna repeat all that stuff. And we were just running. Sorry about that. So, downloading some stuff. Hopefully we'll see the test running here soon. Maybe we'll by watching this we'll be able to understand what's crashing and why. Meanwhile, let's run our A11Y test. Mozilla Central symbols path. That's what I want. Dist symbols. What? Talos test A11Y. Finish populate web root step. Test name is missing or invalid. Is it A11YR? Yeah, it was. So much stuff happening. Okay, now the accessibility test is running. Oh, here's the thing I have to do. I have to run with the... Shoot! This is the... Ah! Hold up, hold up. I control-C'd the wrong window. I'm getting confused. Okay, so I'm going to make this little window, that's the VM. Or, yeah, that's the Talos machine. This is my actual window. I wish they were color-coded. In fact, I am going to color-code them. This one, I'm going to change the color. Can I just change, like, the background color of this? Background, I'm going to set to dark blue. Right? Did that work? There. Okay. That way I know. This is the Linux machine, the Talos machine, and this is my local machine. I won't make that mistake again. Okay, so A11YR, I need to run with Moz content sandbox disabled, I think, or is it disable content sandbox? I have to look it up. Disable content? Yeah, disable content sandbox. Meanwhile, here's Nightly on the... So it's running the test now on the Linux machine. That's good. That's really fast. This one is also running its cycle. It's running it. I just am not seeing a lot of changes. I'm not getting the updates fast enough. Maybe I can have it best compression. So locally, I created these profiles. Let's see if we got anything. Cycle 1, cycle 0, 429 kilobytes. That's not very encouraging, but let's see. Hey, yeah, that's actually exactly what we wanted. Reflow. JavaScript only. Mutate table. I don't even know where that is. Mutate table. Right there. Okay, I got what I wanted there. And then Page cycle 2. Is this also mutate table? Table mutation. Interesting. Alright. Meanwhile, this hasn't crashed yet. Running TS paint, or T paint, and everything looks okay. Not seeing any crashing going on here. We might have to do this a couple times to see the crasher too. And then what we might need to do is like attach RR. If we can get RR running on this machine, that'd be useful. Because then we could attach our... Oh, what was that? Was that a... Command, initializing browser. So it's running something new now. Whoops, whoops. Didn't mean to... So what happened? Initialize session restore test. I think I accidentally triggered a network request by like sending a keyboard. Ah, I screwed the pooch again. So let's run the test again. While I'm at it, actually, I'm also going to see if I can get RR installed on this machine. So hold on. SSH in. And I'll change the color. Okay. So now I'm going to see if I can get RR installed on this machine. I'm pretty sure it doesn't already exist here yet, so I'm going to have to get it installed. RR project. Installation and building. I have to like do this stuff. Oh shoot, am I going to have to do this as root? Man, okay. Okay, package ninja build. Just installing a bunch of stuff. I gotta avoid sending keystrokes to this machine. Inputs. Disable keyboard input. Disable mouse input. For now. So now I can't mess with it. Okay. What else did I want to do? I want to run this other installation step. Like, I'm doing them in rows because I'm a fool. And then Ninja Build. It hadn't heard of Ninja Build. That's the one I'm worried about. So apt-get install Ninja Build. Has no idea what Ninja Build is. Oh, use Ninja rather than Ninja Build on Ubuntu. done. I think. Ninja. Okay. Um, and now I'm gonna follow the rest of these steps. mkdir r. Going to clone the r directory. We're gonna create an obster. We're gonna cd into the obj directory. We're gonna cmake rr. We're gonna make j8. So make sure you can see that. I'm gonna make what? Why didn't you? Error. Unrecognized GNU 11. Let me make sure I've got everything that I need to build stuff. Unrecognized command line option, GNU 11. Maybe this is like an out-of-date version of Ubuntu and it doesn't know how to deal with it. Okay, well, let's try something else then. Can I just install it from get install rr? Is there no package? Ooh, packages. All right. glibc not found. Lib standard version glibc. Do I have to install lib standard? Lib standard C++. Ah, jeez. I don't think we're gonna get RR, folks. Alright. How's that doing? So far okay. I don't think we've crashed yet. Alright. So I've got profiles being returned for A11YR, so that's good. Bug 1374333. Use Talos content profiler to fix profiling in A11YR tests. Rwood. Let's try Bloom Basic now. What is Bloom Basic? Let's see. Bloom Basic. Smurf D says, I think you need to have universal add in your Ubuntu sources list to be able to install RR using apt-get. I have to add the universal sources list. been a while since I've had to do this. We can try that. Um, I don't even know what just happened, by the way, with this bloom thing. Um, so much is happening. But let's try. Let's try what you just said. Um, okay. And now I need to, let's see. I need a sources list. That's under etc sources. etc apt sources list. How do I add universal? It's been a while again since I've done this. Add universal to sources list. Oh, okay. Let's try that. So I guess this is an older version of Ubuntu. I have to use a full source line. Okay. Now let's try that. Let's try these steps again. I think that's what you're saying, right, SmurfD? Hey, RR is set up, but glibc is still like required, and so I have to install glib standard C++. Do that. I've got like all these conflicts. SmurfD, help me. Help. Help me. Universe. All these conflicts. Like why is, so this is what happens when I try and run RR. Lib standard C++. Here, let me pump up the font a little. Lib standard C++. This library. First add universe. So I think I did. Let me show you what I did. That's apt. So, oh, oh, I see. Sudo apt-get install rr. You want it from there. RR is already the newest version, so I'm gonna purge RR. I'm gonna get rid of it, and I'm gonna try it again. Apt-get install RR. What? Oh, sudo apt-get update. Also, have I crashed yet? Did I crash? I did not crash. Bollocks. So let's try that again. Right, the delay in airmo. Gotcha. Thank you for your help, by the way, SmurfD. Few people know that one of the reasons I live hack is because it's great to get like learnings from strangers on the internet. I do like learning from strangers on the internet. All right. So now, oh, okay. Still can locate. So there's like all of this. I think Puppet's used to like manage this machine. Um, and I'm wary of like trying to add new stuff. Like, I don't want to mess with this too much. I think they're just gonna wipe the machine when I'm done anyways. I'm really wary of messing around with this. I think in the end, um, it would have been great to have just built RR locally, but like Ninja was needed, Maybe this is too old a version of Ubuntu anyways. Like, hmm. Ah, well. Too bad. Um, so, what the? How come this is all dark now? Enable mouse input. We desperately need this to crash. Smurfd says, try app cache search libstandard plus. Apt cache search libstandard plus. Okay. That sounds like what I want. The new standard C++ library. Maybe that's all I needed. Now let's try that depackage step. Lib standard C, it needs SO6. And I think I'm SOL. Oh, there it is. C++ SO6. Version glibc. Maybe also dev. What was it? Apt cache search. Maybe I need 6 as well. Let's just get everything. It's already the newest version. But I need, like, you said dev 6-4.4-dev? Or 6.646 dev. It's already the newest version. I don't know what I'm doing. What's glibc? I got nothing. I got nothing, Smurfd. But thank you for your help. Alright, going back to Bloom filters, or this Bloom thing, Bloom Basic. I collected a profile, but I suspect that this is going to be a garbage profile. Let's find out. Page cycle 1, 352 kilobytes. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is a garbage profile. Not a whole lot in there. Only like 2 samples. So what is Bloom Basic? Bloom. It's a page loader test that loads under perf ref test. Bloom Basic manifest, which loads Bloom Basic and Bloom Basic ref. Okay. I think it's something like Talos content profiler resume Bloom Basic start. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Talos content profiler. Pause. Bloom. Basic. End. And this should give us our profiles once we make Bloom the Talos content profiler available. That should do it for Bloom Basic, and then Bloom Basic Ref is very similar, so we'll just do the same thing. Bloom Basic Ref Start. And then indent all that, and then when we're done, Bloom Basic Ref Finish. Done. So let's see if that works. Have we crashed yet? Nope. Not that I can see. Unless we're crashing way back here and it's not like we've missed it somehow. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Open up Bloom Basic. Got some page cycles. That's a little bit better, a little larger, that profile here. This looks more like it. That's what we wanted. Constructing stuff on load. When we append child and then we like get property, do a flush. That's a big flush. That's what that is. When we get color, yeah, and that's there. So that's on purpose. Okay, and so that was one, and then the other one was page cycle 2. Bloom Basic Ref again. Bloom Basic Ref, and then Bloom Basic. Bloom Basic. Flush styles. All right. That's what we wanted, so that works. So yet another fix for a Talos test. Um, use Talos content profiler to fix profiling in Bloom basic tests. R wood. No crashes. Let's do it one more time, and if it can't reproduce, then I'm going to be very suspicious. Alright, so we've done Bloom Basic and Bloom Basic Ref. Now what do we want to do? We're getting down to like weirder tests like Kraken and Dromeo. Let's do this order, just because. So TSVGM is print tests. Talos test print tests. TSVGM. Let's see what that looks like. And what is the definition of TSVGM? Runs under SVGM. I don't even see SVGM listed here. Alright, SVGM tests even run? I don't think they are. JSON SVGM. Oh, on mobile it's run. Um. Er, I don't know what we want to do there. Maybe down the line we'll have, because I don't know where the TSVGM stuff is. I think that's like mobile only. Test SVG. Oh, it's under SVGX. That's where it is. Okay, so maybe I can do this. TSVGX, SVGM, Hixie 1, 3, 5, and 7. These have already all been modified, I believe, to work with the Talos content profiler. So we're good. TSVGM is done. There. So, done. Now, how about V8 underscore 7? What is that? This is V8, the V8 JavaScript benchmark taken verbatim, slightly modified to fit into the page loader extension and Talos harness. So V8 underscore 7. How does it run? V8 manifest. We were on this run thing. And it uses the profiler. But where? Testing Talos. Talos tests V8 7. Just in base.js. Hmm. Hmm. This looks like it has to be synchronous, which is a problem. Measure. Excuse me. Excuse me. So we might have to stick with the old profiler stuff here. Let's see if it works. Oh. What does it call it? Not V87? V8_7. What do you want from me? Never heard of it, apparently. V8_7. Talos test. V87. Test name is missing or invalid. What? V8 is not listed in this list. That's interesting. It's not in a suite. Is it ever run? Try chooser. I don't see it. V8_7. Who added this? It was added a while ago. Talos.json. Was V87 removed from... Disable V87 for Talos. This happened in 2016 January of last year. Why? Let's disable as it is outdated. The JS team cares about Octane. So we should just like remove V87 because it's adding noise. So this is outdated. To do file a bug to remove V87. Okay, let's look at TPS now. So here's an interesting problem. TPS is one of those Talos tests that have already been modified to be profilable. But the problem is that it seems like it only captures one content process for some reason, which is really weird. TP, what does it use again? It uses like the class TPS. It uses TP50 as its list. So let's just do a reduction. Let's reduce and only load those tabs, and I'll show you. Meanwhile, this is still running and not crashing. I haven't seen a single crash over here yet. Which is a very interesting result. So we switch back and forth between these tabs. We should definitely have like multiple content processes running right now. And so we create these profiles. For some reason, like they're big profiles, but for some reason, oh hey, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's great. Why was I seeing not as many before? Was it because I was running the full set? Because yeah, this is exactly what I want. I've got it here. I've got 3 content processes for some reason. I don't know where the 4th one is. There should be 4. That's kind of mysterious. Let's run the whole thing. This is going to take a little while, but let's run the whole thing. Meanwhile, still haven't crashed. Didn't crash. So why does it... What's the dealio? How am I running this? That is so weird. Why would that crash here but not elsewhere? It's very frustrating. Just trying to think here. What are the reasons why I would only crash an automation in that configuration? Hmm. No, I don't know. I got nothing. Sorry if I just kind of spaced out there. I was trying to come up with a good reason why it would crash. And I can't. Just playing some songs. Let's see. Anything? No ideas. But our TPS run is done in the background, so now we can take a look and see whether or not we've got our 4 content processes. We should have 4. Yeah, see, we've only got 1 here. What happened? Did we like run out of space? Maybe I should do the profiling here instead of in here. Resume, and then pause. Start, finish. And get rid of this. So this should be pause, start, finish. So let's try that, and maybe we won't run out of space. The other thing that we could do is increase the size of the samples that we collect for TPS. So from like boost it by like 5 times 5. Let's try that. So one thing that I thought was kind of interesting is that I got this email just now. I got it on my phone. Ed Lee noticed that there's a much lower crash rate for some reason on their integration branch. Much lower since Monday. On Windows anyways. It's still crashing here. And does it say why? Is the stack useful at all? Oh, timeout waiting for test completion, killing browser. That's interesting. And then mini dumps. And we can't read the mini dumps. What about here? Is it the same? Is it another timeout? No, this is different. And this is in Dromeo. Two seconds. Hmm. Uh, Nightly. Sandbox level 2. On OS X we did Sandbox level 3, and on Linux Sandbox level 2. No, I have no idea. It's Sandbox. So for some reason now it's way more rare. But it did happen on Monday on Dromeo. So maybe that's what I should be running, Dromeo. Oh, what happened here? What's browser is not defined. Starting tab switches. Browser is not defined. Whoopsie daisy. I screwed the pooch. Bootstrap. Aha! It doesn't know what I'm talking about. Tab linked browser. Current URI spec. That's what it wants. So let's try that again. Why would the crashes have stopped since Friday? What went into the tree since then? Talos didn't change much. Crash. This network crash. Um, all these backouts happened. We enable stylo on OS X, which is pretty cool. Enable out of process extensions by default on Windows. Could that have done it? Except that they're not a web extension. 2D Stream is now a web extension. No, I have no idea. What would have changed? Okay. That's very mysterious. Either something happened in this push to improve things, or something changed in automation. If the latter, I'm very... I have no idea how we're going to track that down. If the former, perhaps we can bisect on try with this change set range. Okay, so let's see the profile now for TPS. 11 megs. Two content processes. Not enough. Unless, is it enough? It is enough, I think. Only sometimes. Paint. Paint here, here. Skip that one, here, here, that one, that one. So we're missing two content processes. Is it possible that they're... Oh, I know this. You know what? I think I know what's going on. Talos, or no, profile gatherer? Where is the profile gatherer? In NS profiler. Gathering, promise, NS profiler. Pending profiles, finish gathering. Exit profile. Exit profile, start gathering. Receive shutdown profile. This is the thing. In NS profiler, I'm pretty sure this is it. If the profile is not active, then return if we're gathering and we have an exit profile. Wait, if we're gathering, why would we... We need to keep the window alive. Send async message, test results. Then we close the window. Maybe we should not close the window. What happens if we don't close the window? Because tab switch test results will go to here, then we record the time, then we'll start to gather the profiles. should only then close whenever we've gathered the profile, maybe. That's what it is. We're closing the window too soon. So we need to keep the content processes alive. Test results. Send async message, tab switch, test results, reported. Let's see what happens if I do this. Test. What was the do test? Window, and then it opens a new browser window. We'll have test return that window, I think. Return task spawn. It does all of this stuff. So test. Okay. Return win. Okay. Let win equals async function do test. Await. We get that win. Remote page, add message listener. Let win promise equal that test. And then we're also going to do remote page, add message listener, tab switch, test results reported, function. Let win equal await win promise, win close. Will that work? I do not actually know if that's going to work. Let's see. I think I can probably reduce. Nah, let's just do the whole thing again. Let's see if this works, and if it does, I'm going to end the episode there. It's kind of a hack, but like I don't know how else to like determine whether or not the profiles have all been captured. I suppose I could have Talos powers fire an observer notification when that's done. That might be better actually. Although we have to make sure it works in the non-profiling case. How do we do that? either have the observer fire in both cases, or you have the test be aware of whether or not we are profiling, so it knows whether or not to wait. Um, you could also move the logic into Talos. Okay, so that finished itself. That that was able to move forward. See, my theory is that by moving the message to after we report content, we report the results in the test script or the test page, that we will, because messages are guaranteed to arrive in order, the parent will receive the message to gather profiles before we actually close the window. And if the parent has decided it's going to try and gather all those profiles, it will increase a count. It will like know that there are a certain number of profiles or processes that are running, increase this count, ask all of them for profiles, and then wait until all those profiles return, even if they're shutting down. I think that's how that works. So let's see if this worked. And regardless, I think I'm then going to end this episode. I hope it was an okay one. I know there's a lot of waiting around. All right, let's take a look. 9.1 megs. Let's see if we have all of the threads. Please have all the threads. Please have all the threads. Nope. Shoot. Don't have all the threads of the content processes that I need. Okay, I think I have a plan. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to not do this messaging business. But what I am going to do, I'm going to keep this stuff. What I'm going to do, instead of all that business, is I'm going to do Talos parent profiler when profile gathered, or after profile gathered, then when close. So this thing is going to wait until the profile has been collected. And Talos parent profiler knows whether or not we're profiling. And if we're not, then it's going to just resolve right away. So that's how I'm going to do it. Actually, let's just do that real quick. Talos parent profiler. What did I call it? After profile gathered. If not initted, then return promise.resolve. Else. I guess I don't need an else. What are you complaining about, ESLint? Trailing space is not allowed. Do I have a trailing space somewhere? Oh, expected return value. That's what it's kept complaining about. Okay. Um, services. Do I have access to services? Yeah. Services, obs, add observer, Talos, profile gathered. Um, function on gathered. Services, obs, remove observer, and then hang on. I think you want to do services, obs, add observer. Oh, it's function and then topic. Remove observer. On gathered. Talos profile gathered. Return new promise. Resolve. Then we'll do this. And Talos profile gathered is an observer notification that we will fire inside Talos powers. After after we've dumped a profile. Profiler finish, profiler finish. Stop the profiler, resolve. Services, obs, notify observers. Null. And then the topic. Null. And then the topic. Okay. So let's run it one more time. One more time. And hopefully, we will have every thread. Because we will not have closed the windows until the profiles have been gathered. Close the window. And I know this takes a little while. I know this episode's a little long. I really want to get this working. Hey, now is an excellent opportunity for you, while I have your attention and while we're looking at this stuff. Net neutrality. It's important. Do you know what it is? I think I do. Net neutrality. So there are these. There's this sort of effort underway by the U.S. government. However you feel about them, there's this effort underway to remove what are called the Title II restrictions on internet connections. On internet service providers, there's this Title II restriction, and what that Title II restriction does, this was a major victory for the open web a couple years ago when Title II restrictions were added. Those restrictions make it so that the internet's kind of like a utility where various sites can't be prioritized over others. Just like you don't pay extra in order to get hang on, how do I phrase this? Whenever you pay for water to your home, you don't have to pay extra for like clean water or chlorinated water. It's just like you get clean water or you don't get clean water. There's no gradient there. And if like something's wrong with the water, they'll hopefully if they know about it, they'll fix it. Modulo Flint, Michigan, But it's like a utility. It's either on or off, working or not working, and you don't like pay extra for like um, different qualities of water. You can if you use a lot of water, you end up paying more. That's okay. You're using more than other people. You more bandwidth, for example. That's okay. And it's the same thing for the internet, where if you need a faster connection, you pay for a faster connection. That's fine. But what net neutrality is trying to ensure is that different sites can't pay an ISP to serve their traffic to you faster than other sites. So, for example, Netflix, just to pick on Netflix, has an incentive to be able to stream packets to very, very quickly. And if the Title II restrictions went away, ISPs could offer Netflix this deal where they go, hey, if you give us certain monies, we'll send your packets to users in a fast lane over, like, say, joemovies.com, which might be a startup that's trying to show you movies. And that's no good because sites need to be able to all have a level playing field. It shouldn't be like a sort of a competition with money to say whether or not your stuff shows up. That's the whole point of net neutrality, is that anyone can set up a site, and if the service is good, and they have the sort of infrastructure to support the demand from the users, then they could build a business like Netflix and not have to depend on the ISPs essentially extorting connectivity service or quality of service from the businesses. Okay, so we've got our profiles here. So that's what net neutrality is all about, and there's a vote underway, and you should get involved. And I'm going to show you a website in a second. Yay, 2 content processes. That's still not enough. What the heck? Where are these 2 content processes? Okay, I'm going to have to debug this on my own time, clearly. Have not solved this yet. I thought I had solved it. Haven't solved it. And here I've only got 1 content process. Very inconsistent. All right, gonna have to figure that out. But another time. Now, before I go, here's a quick, what is it, advocacy.mozilla.org. This is a great place to go to if you want to hear more about what you can do about net neutrality. Let's see, where the blog. Let's look at the blog here. Net neutrality. I thought, you know what? I think I'm in the wrong place. Blog.mozilla.org. Defending net neutrality. This is what I'm talking about. This is where you want to read. I'm going to put a link to this in my Evernote for the episode. Net neutrality. Big link. I'm actually going to move this to the top of the page. It's a big deal, especially if you're in the States. You can help influence your government to keep the Title II restrictions. Keep the Title II restrictions. That's what you want to do. Tell your senator, tell your governor, tell your whatever you have, your member of Congress, that you want the Title II restrictions to stay. That's what we need. So save the internet. Save the open internet. Here's a great tool. Oh my God, save it. Here's a great tool. If you click on here, that where you can like tell the FCC why net neutrality must be protected. Do it. Do it. I'm begging you. Especially if you're American, because they'll listen to you more if you're American. I am not American. They're unlikely to listen to me, but I can help influence you, American who might be watching this show, to write to your government. So please do. Please do. Tell the FCC to leave net neutrality alone. Oh my God, leave it alone. Britney style. Okay, so that's it. I'm off my soapbox. Didn't get our crasher over here on our fancy Talos machine. I'm very interested in that, but I don't have an answer. And we got a couple of the Talos tests to have profiles. Which ones did we do just now? We did these 4. Although TSVGM was kind of like included, we did these 3, and we found out that V8.7 is outdated and not even run anymore, so we're not going to do that one. We should just remove it. So I'm actually going to strike through this. Strike through, and we're going to file a bug to remove V8.7. And then I got to solve this multiple content process, this thing. Then we're going to do Kraken and Dromeo, and then I'm done. I can push those patches up for review. Okay, so that was episode 105 of The Joy of Coding. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Take care, be excellent to one another, keep rocking the free web, and fight for net neutrality. Bye-bye. What? Nope. Just the ending one.
The joy of coding.
See ya.